Well, for more on the political crisis unfolding in Brazil, Anelise Borges joins me now in the studio. Anelise, it looks like Dilma Rousseff is under a lot of pressure. Is this the final blow for her?
Well, it's hard to tell if it's a final blow or not. We were expecting this result, at least. The Congressional Committee was expected to vote in favor of impeaching Dilma Rousseff, especially after the Workers' Party lost their most important ally, the PMDB, which pulled out from the ruling coalition last month. Since then, Dilma Rousseff is effectively leading a minority government, and this will have a huge impact on the votes in the coming weeks and months. Since then, Dilma's administration is incredibly weakened, but she's not completely isolated yet, at least not according to her own supporters. Lula da Silva, Brazil's former president and the founder of the Workers' Party, is said to have transformed his hotel room in Brasilia into a crisis cell and is working day and night to try and gather as much support as possible so that these next few votes will have a different outcome. He has been working with people, political parties from both ends of the political spectrum, trying to gather as much support from the Brazilian political scene. But it's important to note that though Dilma Rousseff is incredibly isolated, is incredibly weakened, she is one of the few politicians or political members of the political scene in Brazil who's not involved in Brazil's biggest corruption scandal, the Petrobras kickback scheme. She is under a lot of pressure for allegedly masking the budget deficit during her re-election campaign, but she has nothing to do with the Petrobras scandal, and that scandal has contaminated Brazil's political scene.
That's what I was going to ask, because what happens next then? Let's say, for example, that Dilma Rousseff is impeached. Did the vice president just step into her shoes?
Well, a vote is expected in the lower house then on Sunday or Monday. 2/3 majority is required on that vote so that the motion is pushed forward to the Senate. And yes, if the Senate votes on impeaching Dilma Rousseff, again, 2/3 majority will suspend her, will remove her from office immediately, and her vice president, Michel Temer, would then take office. But he is as well involved in a series of corruption scandals, including the Petrobras graft scheme. So it's going to be very complicated for Brazilians to choose an outcome, to choose an alternative to Dilma Rousseff, and is looking increasingly more and more complicated as the days go by. The investigations are currently underway, but as we said, they involve these multiple corruption schemes that are being investigated in Brazil right now, involve members of both sides of the political spectrum. So it's going to be very difficult for Brazilians to choose an alternative.
Okay, fascinating to see how it all plays out. Anelise, thank you very much.